Hey guys, welcome back. We're here at my parents' house for the week for our annual grandparents trip that we take with our kids. And yes, the bell still rings. Let's get into it. So this morning, it's an absolute gorgeous morning in Michigan. Once again, we're getting lucky. We don't get these mornings very often, but I'm at my parents' house, and we do an annual trip every summer for our kids. Fortunately, I work remotely, and my wife, she's a teacher, so she's got off in the summer, so we're able to actually travel out here to my parents' house and her parents' house, and we do 3 days at one and 3 days at the other, and it's a great time. And this year we decided to take a trip up to Frankenmuth, which is kind of a German themed town. I think a lot of Germans immigrated there years ago, and they've got like a lot of shopping, and they've got a bunch of water slide parks and whatnot, but we just did the shopping. So we did that, and we went out to eat and had a great time there. And then this is my parents' house. They have got a pretty decent sized deck back here. It's a little lopsided. They've got some leveling issues. And then they've got a nice couple little flowers down here. And the kids yesterday and the day before, pretty much every day, they had a slip and slide right here, and then a little kiddie pool back that way. And they tore up the slip and slide. They ripped it in half. They were playing with it so much. So my dad's got to go out and get a new slip and slide. But no big deal. But they had a lot of fun. And it was like blue skies for like 3 days straight in Michigan, which is kind of rare for the most part. So we had a great time. And then yesterday, or I think it was the day before, my mom went to her neighbors across the yard from us, and they've got an in-ground pool. And fortunately, the neighbor invited us over all to swim in their pool yesterday, and it was like, I think 89 degrees, and no, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. And so we swam for like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours. It was great. So it was a lot of fun, and my parents got in the pool. My dad even took a dive off the diving board. So did I, which was kind of cool. And then I was trying to teach my daughter how to dive, and she was getting pretty close. It's hard to get that courage to get and jump over and go in head first. But yeah, we had a great time yesterday. Like I said, we went to Frankenmuth the other day, and then today is our last day. We're just going to stay till lunch, and then we go to my in-laws, which is literally a block down the road. We could walk there, which is pretty convenient and pretty nice. And it's just a great time in the summer. We spend a week with my parents and with the grandparents. We want to create memories for our kids. As kids growing up, we had memories of our grandparents' places. From time to time we would go there. But I never did stay at my grandparents' like 3 days in a row. So that's kind of a unique experience for my kids, which I think is really cool. Your kids are never going to have the same experience as you did growing up. So you kind of got to make their own memories, at the end of the day. So I think that's pretty cool. And this is where my wife and I had our reception dinner before we got married. We had probably maybe 50 people back here. It was a great time. Another nice day like today. We got lucky for our wedding reception, and we took pictures standing right here 21 years ago, and it was a great time. And then that bell over there, that was my mother's grandfather's bell from like 1920-ish. It was from a farm in Ortonville, Michigan. I think my great-grandparents were farmers of some sort. And that bell in that, I think the same post, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it's a new post, I'm not sure, but the bell has been passed down. So, maybe me or my brother will hopefully have the space to put the bell down the road. So, but we'll see. I definitely would like to keep it in the family and keep it going. So, but yeah, it was a great time. And I think the kids at the other grandparents, they're probably going to do some more swimming. I think it's supposed to be like 90s this week or something like that. So that they love swimming, man. Swimming is the thing to do in the summer. And Yeah, it's been great, man. My parents just had a great time. Rarely any cell phones, to be honest. You know, we were just sitting out here chilling. I had 1 or 2 beers, you know, just enjoyed the weekend with my parents. My dad still works, so he took a few days off. But we try to come over here on the weekends. And then her parents are both retired, so we go there during the week. So it kind of works out pretty good. And yeah, other than that, I am working this week, you know, kind of here and there, kind of mostly. I wake up early, 7 a.m., work until noon, and then, you know, maybe take a break and then come back, do a couple more hours. So I don't get to have as much fun as everyone else, but overall though, I'm having a great time. Like I said, I went swimming over there for like an hour or so, or 2 hours. Yeah, it's over there. The neighbor right across the street has a nice in-ground pool. So yeah, other than that, what about you guys? You guys ever go and maybe take your kids or visit your parents during the summer? You know, I think it's something that's great to do. You know, if you live close enough, obviously. I'm fortunate enough to only live 2 hours away, which isn't bad. You know, some people live states away, which, you know, is unfortunate, you know. But I hear a lot where people, they go and they fly, you know, out to see their parents or their grandparents every summer. And that's always a great thing too. But yeah, the days of like where people live close to each other are just kind of like maybe gone for a lot of people, unfortunately. You know, this new world that we live in, we always got to contend with our jobs and where we live and traveling and all that. So it is what it is. But anyways, so yeah, just want to give you guys a little tour of my little life every summer with my parents and the kids' grandparents, and it's just a great time. So anyways, you guys have a great day, and take a look at my previous video if you could, and everyone have a wonderful day. Thanks.